Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the playoffs of the biggest ever deathmatch tournament so far. Dionysus Velite in the red color. We have got Grass playing as Freyr. His opponent on the other side of the map, our Fushi player in the blue. This is Velite. Great to see him back to deathmatch. Great to see him back in general to Retold. He likes it so much he even put the game in his name. Guys, deathmatch, for anybody just joining in on the live stream and not knowing or finding it for the first time in YouTube. Well, this game mode starts with 20k resources each, 200 favor. You obviously don't get 20k favor. And it's all about advancing through the ages quickly, getting an army out at the same time, and trying to secure your town centers, because you will be needing that extra population. As you age up, you get your upgrades for free, immediately researched, so you don't have to worry about those. But you do have to worry about the economy, because as you spam out essentially 235 population of army, that's what you get on free town centers once you have built them. That will basically cost you a fortune. You also have to build all the buildings to make that army in the first place. It's very important to keep the houses going quickly, because you can already see Grass and Groom is about to be housed here. So that will allow Velite essentially to spam at him very, very hard. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, he's got his little training yard attachments, I'm pretty sure, on these buildings, and his Chukanu are printing pretty fast, but he will need some melee units. Right now, we just don't see enough melee stuff from Velite. Definitely need some Dao swordsmen in order to deal with Norse. But then again, we have a lot of throwing axemen. Grass is not actually pumping too many berserks at the beginning. He opened up with throwing axes, which train slower, making his housing situation, it's a housing crisis by this point, a little bit less extreme. Anyway, Mythic Age is reached, and we've got a Xinglong bullying the throwing axeman a little bit. Tao Wu gets surrounded by berserks. It's too much for it, obviously. And I think Velite might have to retreat a little bit, as the two fire giants absolutely roast this. So yeah, we've got hell here from Grass rather than going for Fafnir's, rather than going for Inferno. He's happy with what he's got going with the Sons of Muspel. There are going to be plenty of pioneers, and Fushi does have two legendary heroes that you can make. We already are seeing the big boy in the middle of that Neza is picking off one fire giant so far. That's two fire giant pickups together with the pioneers. Not bad at all, not bad at all. But hey, those Chukanu have to be careful. If Grass unleashes the special attacks on them, they're gonna have a tough time. However, Grass is going to be on at least 3 town centers as far as I can see. Also, having advanced through Bragi was a good choice. It gives him much better berserks. The berserks actually will be gaining him a little bit of favor as they die even, let alone when they fight. So yeah, I gotta say, these Tiger Cavalry are not going to be a good answer to the berserks. And they even have good enough stats to kind of get on top of the ranged infantry. Puskal, of course, straight up countering those. There is an attempt here with the axe carts trying to smash down the fortress. They might actually succeed, but maybe not. The repair is coming in. There's enough Sons of Muspel here to put a stop to it. But meanwhile, the dragons, they have been putting in value, ladies and gentlemen, from a distance. They're doing a pretty damn good job, if I might say so myself. More X cards are getting pumped out by Velite. He's doing a great job with them, building these machine shops all over the place. Golem Bursty, however, is here, and that's gonna spank these Tiger Cav pretty good. And Golem Bursty does have a little bit of AoE to him, as well as all these kicks, making people bounce around. But gotta say, the X cards have high health. They can take it. And they took the TC down. Interesting. Velite now pushing forward with a bunch of crossbow towers. He's also activated his forest protection god power. I keep forgetting the name of that thing. But basically it does damage to enemies within, and it heals your own guys. So it's like an area denial. But you destroy the building it was cast on, which is this ballet in the middle. And it goes away. So, you know, a handful of rams should be able to take that thing down. Bursty going mad against this ballet might be able to take it down, actually. There's not much here to beat it. And with flaming weapons on for Grass, actually, he has not done a tremendous job, I have to say. The left flank is a nice cleanup, but on the main front, he has not won. However, here he comes with 14 Sons of Muspel. What is going on? How did we get that many? That is insane. Dragon falls on the ground. We've got Neza back. He can deliver quite a bit of damage. You guys know that guy. It's John Wick. He's here to try to take everybody down, but this game is actually played on a balance mod to make it fair. So John Wick actually got significant nerfs. His bouncy bounce attack that regenerates him and steals life is still here, but his regular attacks just don't have that insane amount of damage and AoE to it. Only 2 AoE rather than 6, and his damage is like cut by 40%. So now he's actually kind of fair. He's still an absolute giga chad of a tank. Like, look how long he stuck around there. That's insane. Alright, the Nidhogg is getting pulled in as well. Oh, those Shukanu are in trouble. I don't think they can take this kind of beating, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, they're gonna melt. Oh, okay, that Nidhogg is just destroying everything. This is insane. Great value. And by the way, guys, in Deathmatch, in this mod, you are able to heal your Nidhogg because he's kind of underwhelming for the conditions of Deathmatch. I mean, you have so many heroes. You have max upgrades. You know, you could take a Nidhogg to the face, basically. Except if it's just archers, then it doesn't work. So technically, Grass could now take his favor, make just a bunch of Valkyries, and heal this thing back up to full. I'm not sure we'll see that. Okay, Sage is here to deal some divine damage. Grass is still in an okay position. Velite is kind of out of resources, guys. The Nidhogg does fall on the ground. We do see a great flood, and with the crush damage that delivers, a lot of these buildings are going down, including the forward town center. Grass is now just on 2 TCs, but he still has resources. He still has army. He still wants to hit back. His flaming weapons is about to come off cooldown, and that's despite Deathmatch taking longer to recharge god powers. It's almost back-to-back still after a 50% nerf to that, which went live in one of the recent official patches. Before that, it was everybody just making god power casts only. Hey, oh my god, the fire giants are stuck in the buildings. Oh no. Help me, step giant, I'm stuck. Wait, his buddy got out because the building got deleted. Okay, that's how you gotta do it. That's it, Grass, well done. Free the fire giants. Bunch of throwing axemen getting made. I don't like it, but I mean, what else are you gonna make? He's not got enough heal for it. Would be great to see some more Huskarl, and flaming weapons will be ready shortly. Just need to save up the favor and not make giants for once. The next flaming weapon should be absolute killer if Velite even stays in the game for that long, because man, he's getting hit everywhere. This is a great reaction, however, to the counter raid. Tiger Cavalry are more than capable of handling portable rams. Grass doesn't really want to engage. He himself is quite poor. Got 1 million people on gold, including caravans who are currently bringing home just 39? What? That doesn't seem right. Oh, it's with this TC. Is it really supposed to be that bad? I know the caravans were significantly nerfed compared to the old game, but it shocks me every time I check. Anyway, I guess you're supposed to trade with this TC anyhow. But it wouldn't be that much better, would it? What an epic game. Hey, we got some Herdman. One of those rare instances where they help. Although they weren't super necessary, but they have 6x against cavalry, so why not, you know? Unfortunately for them, I'm pretty sure the dismounted tiger cavalry can handle it. That's crazy. Oh wait, Grass decides to go fire giants. He wants to finish the game now. He doesn't want to wait for... Oh boy, is this even gonna work? No flaming weapons? Just fire giants into the Chinese heroes where they get debuffed by Zhang Zia, and then Neza is kicking their ass from behind. He's got his bouncy rings, he's got his divine damage over time, he's got his fire trail. Man, these Sons of Muspel are getting beaten up really badly. Holy crap. It wasn't the right decision, I think, in hindsight. Grass is an impatient young man. he needs to calm down a bit, I think, here, and build up the TC. Get a flaming weapon set, and maybe then everything should be fine. But he can't afford to keep making losses like this, right? Like, no more fire giant business against Mr. Superhero here. X-Card's taking down one more fortress. Velite's holding strong, man. I nearly wrote him off earlier there, but maybe I'm too early to suggest that. He's in fact building a third town center. He's going to be raided by these herdmen. I'm not sure if they're going after the villagers. To be fair, abandoning his gold mine is absolutely on the table. Velite could be just moving over here, and he'd be just fine. I think Grass is more looking for a side build in the corner. He himself is going to get raided by the Tiger Cav, which could be pretty devastating to these villagers. Only the TC is shooting. Wait, not even the TC is shooting? Quick reaction, though. So he gets it under control. Still, we're just lacking any front line from our Chinese player. Velite is only using Tiger Cav. No infantry whatsoever. I'm not sure I love it. Dude, John Wick plus Chukanu are just nuts. They are nuts. Unfortunately, with this minor god, you don't get the, you know, weakening arrows and whatnot, so these aren't even the peak form. Dragon's going into the corner to raid. I think Grass didn't lose any villagers here, just the ox cart. Yeah, all the dwarfs are fine for now. But going after the caravans could be a play, or it could cause Grass to fix his trade route to his far TC. That would be probably bad for Velite. Meanwhile, as Grass has built up his hill fort in the corner, the villagers have evacuated here, of course. There's nothing more to gather. Grass has built back up his army. It's looking good for flaming weapons, but he can't afford it. Nowhere close to that. Fire Giant will be, generally speaking, beating any flying units, because flying units just have low hack armor and these guys do massive hack damage. It is what it is. Dwarves delegated to gathering some food from the huntables. TC shoots up in like just a bunch of seconds because, well, builder efficiency and retold is actually not as hard of a fall off as it was in the original game, so you kind of get away with it. Dude, just around the TC like that. Goes up so fast. Alright, the back hill fort seems to be getting cleaned up. X-Carts have this under control. There's no more raiders in the back. John Wick and the crew can come back and maybe deal with the front TC. The gold miners are getting raided. Velite does have population, but just not in the right place. Oh, he's vanishing his gatherers. That is so smart. You can just make a new silo and continue gathering. Really good stuff. I'm not entirely sure whether this TC will go down. 400 health is definitely something you should commit to, in my opinion. And yeah, Grass is going to keep shooting with the ballista. He does take it down. John Wick is fighting off the infantry for now. Bit of a Giga Chad, this guy, but you know, even with these nerfs, I'm not sure that without the nerfs he could have taken that, to be honest. I guess you could just run him into the throwing axes. Maybe even now. Oh my god, he's back to half health. That ability on him is crazy, especially with this minor god. He does another bouncy attack. Holy cow. Well, the reason for that is, guys, that he gets Tempestuous Storm, which reduces his cooldowns just by 25% on the DM mod. On the original full game, this is actually minus 40%. So, yeah, you get those together, this hero never dies. Unlike here, he dies. Alright, Grass has significant wood gathering going on. So I think he has basically re-established himself. He has enough wood now to do a form transition. Shouldn't be a problem. He'll probably do it too. But for now, he's still pumping some vills. Just checking on the numbers. So it's 90, so he has 10 more to make. Velite is already finished. He's got 100 vills. Well, 100 population of vills. He's not started marketing yet, but the marketing strategy is about to kick off. Just needs to hire a team. I'd love to see some raiding with these dragons, but Velite is certainly not out of this game. Ooh, nice fire giant. Nice fire giant ability. But hey man, if Velite can set up here, if he can secure the next gold mine with like 2 fortresses or something, he's safe. His army is made of Giga Chads, so he can handle himself just fine, especially if he gets back John Wick. Speaking of, where is he? He's not on the map. He's not being made. Oh my god, those fire giants just wiped out half his army. Jesus Christ. If Grass can keep doing that, things will change very quickly. Doesn't need flaming weapons if he has flaming fireballs. Counter summons of fire giants now. There's only 3 of them left. And these stages can certainly do a number to them. Excuse me, what fire giants? They're all gone. Nazar once again getting in the middle. I don't like him as a core part of the army, you guys. I think he would be so much better just going around raiding. But yeah, Velite has just taken down all the fire giants again. And he's hitting the TC with X cards. I think he might be able to take it down. Grass struggling to keep population going. He's now got 24 people on food and probably climbing. Let's see how high that goes. But right now he does have a little bit of eco, just not enough to entirely replenish his losses. It's difficult to do. And with the dragon count growing, they will soon be able to handle Myth units themselves. I mean, they might do pierce damage and, you know, Sons of Muspel have 70% armor. But there's so many of them. Oh my god, Velite might actually win this game. Especially if he takes that next gold mine. Wait, where did his workers go? Excuse me. Where are they? Huh? Velite? Velite, sir, where did you send your people? Are they all farming now? What is going on? Gotta add some siege crossbows. I'm not sure I like them over X cards right now. X cards seem to be doing the job. Dude, Velite's pretty good at this, isn't he? Grass and Groom just doesn't have what it takes to handle the 5. Xinglong and John Wick is back, ladies and gentlemen. He's here to bonk everyone. He still got 5.5x against Myth units. That also got a nerf, by the way. Because he was just going around two-shotting everything. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but something like that. Well, the Goldie are trying to go after the dragons, but Velite just micros them back and keeps shooting them with everything else he's got. Lots of X cards collapsing on Grass's base. His caravans are getting disrupted. His reinforcements are not sufficient to hold back the tide. And I think the dragons might just punch through. This is absolutely sick. Velite making an incredible comeback and spanking Grass real hard. He doesn't like it. Grass doesn't. Oh, he's gonna have to start thinking about next game already, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, the counter attack, I missed it with the 2 rams. How did that happen? Oh my god, Velite has no response to that, but doesn't matter. He's got the big blob up front. He's on the houses. He's in the trade route. Grass is not gathering any gold anymore because, well, there isn't any. Well, there is. Right here, they're going to it, but will it actually save him? He's dropping in population so significantly. There's all the houses. How is he gonna rebuild everything? He's gathering gold up there. Down here, it's about to expire. This is a very juicy shot for the dragons if they can get it. Oh, they're garrisoning. Oh my god! They're garrisoning into Valhalla, I guess. They're all gone. All the dwarves are toast. Grass down to the blessed number of villagers. And here comes Velite, taking a front town center. Another sneaky hill fort coming up. By Grass, Velite doesn't have a whole lot of gold, but I think he can just keep selling and buying. He's got the standing army to take out Grass, guys. That's the thing, when you have such a high population cap as retold, once you snowball, once you go, you go. Great control of the dragons. You know, guys, when I play, I'm having great difficulty just targeting these things because they swivel around so much. It's like... I don't know. I don't know how to accurately click these things. They just go into each other. They swivel. How do you accurately click this? Can't focus fire the weak one. All the houses are getting wrecked as the prophecy has foretold. And the siege crossbows just take the TC down from a distance. Yeah, that's definitely got to be game, especially once these guys are found. There is a hill fort next to them to garrison into, but I'm sure Velite is paying attention to that. Wait, he's gonna get the villagers on the wood line, maybe? That's a good idea, because they won't have the hill fort to go into. I don't think Grass is looking. Oh, here comes the Wombo combo. All of them are gone, basically, just a handful left. Now we're on 61 villagers. Grass is trying to make him back. He's trying to hold on to dear life. Trying to get the houses back up. It's all happening at once, though. I'm not sure that's going to be easy. He's got some farms here that Velite could steal, in fact. Doesn't even have to spend the wood on it. He has plenty of farms back home if he wanted some extra. And these trees getting generated from the houses. I'm not pronouncing that. Whoever did that tree name, you should have made the Centimanus Hecaton Kyries, okay? I will fight about this until my dying breath. Markets are getting taken down. Grass is doing a great job with that, but unfortunately there is nobody looking to trade there. Going for the last of the town centers. Grass hasn't internalized yet just how screwed he is. 9 Xinglong dragons, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, they are only 4 population, so that's pretty wild. Maybe there's an argument to be made that they should be 5 population. Oh, if you only use that on the villagers. Well, these special abilities do stack, of course. Grass's last town center is getting destroyed. He's trying to make another one. But at this point, he's just hiding his last stuff in the corner. I don't think this will last very long at all. Velite can do whatever he wants to him at this point. He may not be rich himself. He is having struggles affording all the things. But hey, dragons, do you know what they cost? That's right, wood. And these trees keep getting generated by his houses, so he has wood for days. And they gather faster. That's gonna be game. Grass did gather more resources, but not by much. So as long as the KD stats are in favor of Velite, which they are, then, you know, he's just done a great job. He's killed 94 villagers. So that's significantly cut into what Grass could have gathered. I think he's done a great job, and just getting that many dragons out as well was absolutely sick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with game number 2. In the red color, this is Grass. He's going Loki. And on the other side, Velite will be picking up 4. So we got ourselves a little bit of a Norse mirror. Not many mirror matchups in this tournament in general, but they are still existent. Just not the same god versus same god. Right, at least same civ versus same civ, that's still happening. I think my colors are the right place, but the scores aren't. So let's flip those. Yeah, sorry about that. So Norse Wars. Here, basically the mission should be to get very quick town centers. Because if you can overwhelm the other guy with the bigger flaming weapons, then you're probably going to have a great time. Although, that's not going to be what Velite does. He's going to fight fire with ice. Turning the flaming weapons army frozen is, of course, a strategy. You can rely on that. He's going to go quad tempo, so we might be seeing a little bit of tier play here later down the line. But will it be that? That would have been better with Bragi. Because it will give you faster wolves that slightly regenerate at least 0.3 health per second. At least he's going to have the healing spring, however. And once you have 2 healing springs, they stack their healing. And we did make them a little bit cheaper to enable that strategy. So they are 100 favor for the recast as opposed to like whatever it was in standard 200 something. Grass has a sneaky side tempo, and he might be going for the big boys. I think he might do it, guys. He has the heal for it. Oh wait, he already has gone for hell. He already has. He's making Sons of Muspel back home. No big boys. No mutton giants here. I mean, the fire giants are still big boys. Oh no, Velite! He's spending so much time walling this off. This should be barracks so that he can train more units. Because look at his population versus Grass's. He's got no population. This should have been long houses and great halls so that he has this walled off. Plus can train units at the same time to get a faster town center. But now Grass is going to be on 3 town centers and have the ability to pressure Velite's back here. That's extremely terrifying. Grass is doing a great job here. Roughly speaking, we can say 3 minutes, 3 town centers. No, not just roughly, exactly. See, that's a decent time. Oh my goodness, he's gonna prevent the front town center entirely. The back will come up for Velite. There were a lot of hearths here on the job, and they built town centers significantly faster. And Grass will want to take this over. Nearly made a village center. Sometimes the snapping is a little bit iffy, but he's figured it out. Why are we making so many trolls? Is Velite trolling us? He might be. The Hersiers do get a decent flank here on the Sons of Muspel. They are hurting. Maybe Grass should consider a healing spring up front, but there are so many throwing axemen, he's just able to deal with all this without too much issue. What is going on with the cave trolls? They're not that good. These guys are good on the other hand. Oh my god, Velite. Have we made the wrong unit? Did he want to make... No way. There's no way he wanted to make Fenris wolves. And ends up with that many cave trolls. No way. I refuse to believe that. Well, the throwing axemen can hold the entirety of this at bay. Grass is going to have 4 town centers. And Velite may as well try to do a little bit of counter harassment with this hill fort coming up. He can make some ramps. Perhaps crash on this TC. But Grass is just gonna push forward. I guess he can get frozen by Velite. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But Velite can't take this over. It's not going to be easy. He's certainly gonna try. Can't fight the army here because they're basically immortal now. Every now and then they take a little bit of damage. Oh man, grass is surrounding him. He can't leave. He can squeeze past, just barely. Oh no, he's just fighting his army. Oh no, you know what will happen? Grass waits until he falls and then he clicks flaming weapons and then he deletes the entire army of Velites. Velite isn't gonna have a buff. He's trying to make wolves now, which is gonna be great for harassment purposes, but he can't fight the army with them. Fire giants are just gonna be too much. Alright, here come the flaming weapons. Throwing axemen. And Velite's army is disappearing. 90 population and lower. Falling to 80. Holy cow. That was not how to do this. That was certainly not how to do this. Grass is kicking his ass right now. We're moving forward to delete some buildings, I guess. He can go straight for the town center as far as this army is concerned. There's nothing here to stop it. The wolves are getting melted down. Holy cow. They're great for harassment, not for direct fighting. The Nidhogg is being used defensively by Grass. Makes a lot of sense. He needs to deal with all this infantry. A bunch of extra throwing axemen here would be nice too. The flaming weapons is gone, but Grass is just plowing through the main. Nothing can stop him. GG. Well, we're moving quickly here, that's for sure. These Norse wars can be brutal, and this is why I would recommend to just go for flaming weapons yourself, because, you know, you just have to get a good timing on it and have a great fight with it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a third game in this best of 3. This is the decider. The winner moves on. The loser is out. In the red color, this is Grass playing as Hades. His opponent on the other side of the map in the blue, this is Velite playing as Oranos. We've seen him play Oranos a bunch of times. And what he basically does is try to get out cavalry, but that's not what he's doing. He's getting counter barracks. So what's the plan with that? Grass is going for a mixture of archery ranges and military academies, of course. Nothing surprising there. And he is walling off his side TC. That's an easy thing to secure. I just need a little bit of a wall here, and all is well. Now also making Tuxodes. Athena is interesting. You would expect against Atlanteans in particular that it would be all about Ares and, you know, a powerful pestilence push on the clumped up buildings. Velite anyway is going to attempt the mass Cairo Ballista strat. Interesting. He's got his satyrs. Let's see if he pumps some more satyrs. He's gonna be going up Hecate for the 4th god. Nobody likes Helios. We haven't seen any significant use of Helios thus far. Cairo Ballista getting turned into heroes now in very high numbers. They are scary, but Greek does have access to Peltas, so I'm not really convinced by this. There's gonna be a ton of palaces, and then Velite will start building. In the back here, he's got sky passages connecting the sides as well, so he can very easily transport his villagers over once he's done. And here come the satyrs. 2 temple spam of satyrs. As long as he has enough oracles, he can keep that going as well. He's got right now 5 oracle heroes, who are automatically turned into heroes, by the way, because of the Hyperion upgrade for them. I hear citizens dying. That's the hoplites doing. They're not hero citizens because, well, we didn't go for Prometheus. They're not building faster or anything like that. Prodromos are not going to be the answer to Cairo Ballista anymore. In the original game, they had a bonus against siege weapons. They no longer have that. So now you want bonus against range, therefore the Hippeus is going to be the better answer. So yeah, don't make Prodromos against this, guys. Handful Hippeus can't hurt. But they're very expensive for Greek, who already spend a lot of gold. You know, gotta be careful with that. Especially when it comes to dealing with the mass satyr. The numbers are growing very rapidly, and we're gonna keep tabs on that. 7 satyrs thus far. Once the Chiron is sniped, the satyrs would be able to absolutely delete the Toxotes, so I think that is what we're going to see in the short term. Just focusing on heroes and using the AoE attacks from their special ability to wipe out units. Alright, the TC is nearly done here. The other one just barely started. They don't build very fast, these Atlantean citizens. Which is why you most of the time want Prometheus. Fire siphons are getting to work, preventing Grass's forward town center, if you can call it that. It's a side TC, really. And it's so close to Velite. But the map is relatively fair. It's kind of mirrored. So all is well. Population versus population is looking good. Second TC will be up for Velite, and he can just abandon this position with the Sky Passage, hop over here, help the others finish this up fast, and then get gold mining in the main and stuff like that. That would be neat. But what do you do about this composition? I think you need all 4 heroes. I don't think you make Chimera against it, because the Chimera don't have much pierce armor, and these guys do triple against Myth units. So, yeah. Ooh, that fire was not bad. Underworld, anyway, coming across. A Chaos attempting to shut this down. The Toxotes poisoning each other because of it, but the TC will still fall. This is just too much stuff. Especially with the Helipolis' backing. Town centers and Rito generally are pretty weak. It's easy to take them down. Not easy to save them whatsoever. And you know what? Honestly, Grass can just leave. He doesn't need to be here. Why is he here? Just leave. You don't need to fight this. Just leave. Oh. Oh, everyone's clumped. The satyrs can get to work. It's a lot of Greek corpses already, and I think it's gonna get worse if the satyrs are allowed to keep doing their thing. Chimeras are falling very quickly here. Look how much damage these guys... I don't even think you need heroes, honestly. Another Chimera dead. Oh my god. Yeah, Grass. Gotta leave. Micro the patrol bus to kill Cairo Ballista. That's also a good idea. That's also good. Even better, you can just target the Helipolis on them because, well, they have crazy pierce armor. So did the Petrobolos, but they only have 110 health. Egypt has the easiest time with that because of single projectiles on the catapults. Yeah, the Petrobolos stuff is an idea. We've got an earthquake here on the forward base. Grass is doing his best with it. I think Perseus just turned a citizen into stone. Yeah, there he was. It's the raid you never expect. But could always happen. Where is Tartarian Gate? Ooh. Did that destroy a fortress? It looks like it did. It's gonna be some nice harassment. Will it be enough? Velite is certainly going to struggle against an army that's this much bigger. But then again, he has 11 satyrs. Maybe they can handle themselves as long as he snipes the heroes. Maybe even if he doesn't, it's not too bad. Although they have 0.25x against heroes, so they don't do much there. Man, are you telling me Perseus doesn't one-shot a satyr? Bro. I'm kinda not cool with that. Seriously? Come on. Alright, Grass is coming back to handle this. Tartarian Gate significantly buffed in the DM mod. Not the spawns, but the HP on the building itself, as well as the number of spawns is larger than normal. So yeah, it did some damage. It caused some distractions. It nearly destroyed another fortress. It's definitely annoying. And it comes back for much cheaper. 200 favor only, not 350. Alright, Velite's gonna have to come across these sky passages and get this TC rebuilt. This entire base rebuilt. He lost everything here, man. That's brutal. But both players have a good amount of resources left. Grass has significant favor. He's gathering with 14 people on favor. You could just jump to Grass's stuff, please. Yeah, 14. 14 on favor. He doesn't want gold. He has got trade. He's got the mini gold mine back there. It's all good. Use Earthquake on the siege. Yeah, it would destroy them. It wouldn't destroy much else, but yeah, if you can catch the siege in the middle of their base, that could be pretty good. Zom is in. Looking good. Oh, a bunch of archers in the back aren't shooting, but I think Grass is about to fix it. Maybe. Velite's army holding strong, but he's still got population problems. Against Grass. He's got the TC back. Grass being very sneaky coming out here. Very cheeky as well, I should say. The patrol bolas are actually shooting down the fire siphons. The siphons need to shoot the polis, if possible. The satyrs are getting to work. Try to take down the patrol bolas. Eventually they will, but their real target should be the Tuxodes. Oh man, they keep shooting the siege. Not great. Crazy attack speed on these things. Grass only really has archers left. Is he in trouble? He's got so much population, but militarily, I don't think he's doing better than Velite. Still plenty of satyrs here. Are we gonna see some special attacks in the middle of that? No, doesn't look like it. But this is a significant number of satyrs. Six of them still. Perseus actually used his petrification on the Cairo ballista, not the Mythianus there, but his normal attacks actually are better against satyrs apparently than the special. That's weird. Guys, Velite's getting pushed back. This is not looking good for him. Grass's villagers can just leave. They don't need to be here. The fortress can hold long enough for these destroyers to be significantly damaged, so the next one would be fine. Tuxodes are now poisoning each other once again. A little bit of damage spread all over the army. Velite's kind of falling apart. He's having to rely a little on Terma and Cantarius, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. Adding a few destroyers as well would be good, I think. But it's really population that's the problem. Resources are fine, like Velite can pump. But he's struggling to. I think Grass is all over him, and that's a lot of stress to be on your match point, you know. Also, Grass is playing really well. He's pushing now with Petroblos and buildings. That is some scary stuff.
Let's go.
More firepower coming in from the satyr. But it's just not enough, is it? Grass seems to be tearing down all the buildings. It was such a good start for Velite in game 1, but then Grass just played a devastating Norse mirror. And now I think he's gonna do the same, but slower, in this Hades versus Oranos. I'm not sure, guys, that Velite can make it. He's getting siege left and right. Sure, he finally put together his max army, but now he's having to fight under 2 fortresses. Restoration is in. His TC is being destroyed. He needs to do something now if he wants to come back and not drop out of the tournament. The Terma need to target the archers, the cavalry. Some of it will have to go after that siege. But no, the TC is falling. Grass is building his third fortress now. And these Toxolis are just shredding everything with their poison as nobody is attacking them. Even though there's a perfect army to beat them up. Alright, Grass is going to be slowed down a bit now that Velite's focusing on these guys, but it might be too little, too late, ladies and gentlemen. Grass has a fantastic economy behind this. Velite's farming has been cut off, and his other villagers, I guess they could go hunting and try to somehow get back into this, but he's gonna give up as Grass tries to take the 4th town center. He moves on into the quarterfinals now. What a player this Grass is. Great job by Velite holding on and taking a game off of Grass. Even this game looked kind of doable, to be honest. Like, maybe I'm underappreciating Oranos' aspects here. But yeah, Grass is gonna be our winner. 2-1. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.